True crime usually thrives on cold facts and tangible evidence. But once in a while, something beyond logic slips into the narrative. A ghostly visitation, a psychic vision, or an eerie coincidence that defies explanation. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, you cannot deny the chilling intrigue when the lines between crime-solving and the supernatural blur. In tonight's episode, we explore three incredible cases where mysterious forces played a key role in cracking the truth. Stay with me because one story involves a courtroom so rattled by a ghostly account that it helped secure a murder conviction. Subscribe now if you want more stories where law and the unexplained collide, because tonight we discover that justice may come from sources we least expect. It is the late 1890s in Greenbrier County, West Virginia. Elva Zona Heaster lies dead under puzzling circumstances, and her new husband, Erasmus Trout Shue, insists he bears no blame. The local doctor's verdict is unclear, brushing the cause of death off with vague terminology like everlasting faint. Grieving mother Mary Jane Heaster, however, grows certain there is more to the story, praying for any sign that might explain her daughter's sudden demise. One night, Mary Jane claims she sees her daughter's apparition. Over 4 consecutive nights, this ghostly vision details how Trout Shue murdered Elva and twisted her neck. Startled yet determined, Mary Jane begs authorities to exhume Elva's body. Shocked examiners discover her neck truly was broken. Trout Shue is brought to trial, and while the judge tries to steer the jury away from ghost stories, the autopsy evidence lines up too well with Mary Jane's supernatural testimony. The jury convicts Trout Shue of murder, immortalizing Elva as the legendary Greenbrier Ghost, the spirit who refused to let her killer walk free. Fast forward to 1977, Chicago. Teresita Basa, a respiratory therapist at a local hospital, is brutally murdered in her own apartment. Investigators find little to go on: no DNA, no definitive suspect. Family and friends are left in shock, waiting for the police to make a breakthrough that never seems to come. But then, in a bizarre twist, a co-worker named Remy Chua claims she has begun receiving otherworldly messages from Teresita herself. Falling into trances, Remy allegedly channels Teresita's voice, offering details about the crime, the name of the killer, the stolen jewelry he took, and exactly how he managed to enter the apartment. Initially, the detectives are skeptical, but they verify the details and confront a man named Alan Showery. Cornered by the specific knowledge he thought he had kept hidden, Showery ultimately confesses. Some say Remy subconsciously picked up on clues around the hospital. Others remain convinced that Teresita solved her own murder from beyond the grave. Regardless, the evidence revealed through these messages was enough to crack the case, leaving even hardened investigators at a loss for a purely rational explanation. In 2014, 2 Dutch students traveling in the rugged jungles of Panama vanished without a trace. The authorities mounted a large-scale search effort, eventually finding remains along a remote hiking trail. Suspicion of foul play emerged, yet the case remained riddled with contradictory evidence. Families back home were desperate to learn what really happened, especially after local stories hinted at hidden dangers or involvement by criminal groups. Enter a Peruvian psychic who claimed to have a vision of a tragic accident rather than a violent crime. She described one of the girls stumbling near a precipice, the other girl trying to assist, and the pair becoming separated. Skeptical at first, investigators later discovered that official forensics pointed toward a fall and possible disorientation in the wilderness. Some of the psychic specifics, like how the girls may have taken a wrong turn and ended up in treacherous terrain, oddly aligned with the physical clues found at the scene. Was it pure coincidence? Did the psychic glean her information from media leaks? Regardless of what one believes, the parallels between her visions and the final forensics continue to haunt those seeking clarity. Before our finale, It is worth mentioning that the history of true crime includes many lesser-known stories where apparitions or unexplained phenomena spurred investigators to look in unexpected places. In some cases, an entire family claims to see a recently deceased victim roaming the halls at night, pointing silently to where critical evidence is buried. In others, a dream or a séance leads detectives to re-interview a suspect who eventually cracks. While many of these tales cannot be verified to the standards of modern forensics, they remain part of the lore that blurs the lines between what is real and what might be an echo from another realm. Skeptics often attribute such breakthroughs to subconscious observation, hints gleaned from everyday life, or even the power of suggestion. Yet the families involved argue that without these strange interventions, the cases might have remained forever unsolved. These stories, whether fully validated or not, illustrate how deeply the supernatural weaves into the human quest for justice. From the Greenbrier Ghost's post-mortem testimony that led to a conviction to the Dutch traveller's fate seemingly revealed by an unlikely psychic vision, these stories raise provocative questions about the boundaries of police work and the human experience. Are ghosts and psychic insights legitimate means of gathering evidence? Or do we cling to such explanations only when all else fails? For believers, these tales confirm that no mystery is too distant for the spirit world. For skeptics, they are eerie coincidences or subconscious deductions wrapped in a paranormal guise. Which side do you fall on? Let us know in the comments. If these tales gave you chills and made you wonder what else might be lurking beyond normal investigation, subscribe now for more episodes that bridge the gap between true crime and the unexplained. Thank you for watching. Stay curious, stay observant, and remember that justice can arrive in ways we never see coming.